Jamaica Labour Party has a problem. 9 months going into a general election. Coming out of February and tonight, they have not been able to energize, to bring up the base of the Labour Party support. We saw it in February, and we're seeing it tonight. And we heard today in that voice note that was leaked by the Council for the Raytown Division, Rosalie Hamilton, Labourites are not happy with the government.
So Cliff Hughes finally admit that after all they have done to destroy the reputation of Mark Jefferson Golding, Andrew Holiness still can't walk in a Mark Golding shoes. Cliff Hughes finally admit that the Jamaican Labour Party in a serious problem with a general election pending. Andrew Holiness and the Jamaican Labour Party have a big problem right now. Mark Golding have them a go mad. Mark Golding a give the Jamaican Labour Party headache. And when you hear the mouthpiece for Andrew Holiness can come out and say Andrew in a problem, the Jamaican Labour Party in a problem, you must know. Me telling you people, this coming election, Mark Golding will win landslide. It a go cause problem. But no matter what them do, Mark Golding will win landslide. And people, if you don't believe say Mark Golding will win landslide, then leave a like on this video and type time come in the comment section. If you don't believe Mark Golding will win this general election, then leave a like on this video, people, and type time come in the comment section. A full time, we get a leader that cares about the people. Andrew Holiness, your time done. Time come now. Bless up to my viewers and my subscribers. May hope everybody having a blessed and a wonderful evening. Now, my viewers and my subscribers, remember, in everything you do, always put God first. In any situation, just always remember to call upon God. Always remember to pray, because a prayer day keep the devil away. Now, my viewers and my subscribers, we have a lot coming up inside this update, so you definitely don't want to miss none. So leave a like on this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed as yet. Alright, make road the intro and come back. We soon forward. So welcome back to my viewers and my subscribers. Big up to all of my viewers, big up to all of my subscribers. We continually support the channel and help the channel to grow. Now, remember to leave a like on this video. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you're a new viewers first time on my channel, then please subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notification bell, so whenever we drop new content, you will be first to be notified. Share the content with a friend, a family, a loved one. Share it on your social media platform. And people, remember, we are on our way to 100,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed yet, now is the right time for you to subscribe. Let us get to 100,000 subscribers before the ending of December. Make we start off the new year with 100,000 subscribers. Alright, my viewers and my subscribers. Now, people, the government of Jamaica, which is Andrew Holiness, promised us a next chapter. A next chapter. And the people, if you give it a few chapter already, and those chapter was hell. Bitter medicine. Me wouldn't like to see the next chapter where Andrew Holiness have half our people, because so far all I want to see with this government is that they just care about themselves. No road, no there Jamaica. People have to protest for better pay, and all of them talking the people, and we don't look on the public sector workers them. Trust me.
Jamaica
is a disgrace.
I am extremely worried about what I hear the Prime Minister talk about the next chapter of Jamaica. Now, I want Jamaicans to understand that the Jamaica Labour Party has been in government for 10 years. 10 years, 1 decade. And the Prime Minister says that his government is taking the country into the next chapter. Now, I want you to understand that when you have a book, The first chapter is always the basic chapter, and then you have the other chapters advance the first chapter. Now, when you look at this chapter, this 10 years chapter that the Jamaica Labour Party has been in government, we have seen Petrojam scandal. We have seen Andrew Wheatley resign from the Andrew Holiness government. We have seen Ruel Reid scandal. We have seen where the government took the children's money and exploit it. We have seen the Market Me scandal, where the government gives contract to their special friends. We have seen deplorable hospitals in the last chapter. We have seen where people have been sleeping on ground. We have seen where people have been sleeping on benches in our hospitals in Jamaica. We have seen deplorable roads in Jamaica. We have seen in the last chapter where the Andrew Holiness government controls the parliament in Jamaica. Right? We have seen where the government announced spark that has not started to spark. We have seen the government announce reach that seems to be lost. Now, Jamaica, we're in the last chapter. We have seen the illicit six, and we still haven't seen them yet. We the only person we know who has been under investigation for illicit enrichment in this chapter, or the last chapter, is the Prime Minister himself. Now, in the last chapter, the Prime Minister's declaration has not been certified. No, Jamaica. Inflation has been high in the last chapter. You're telling me that you're telling Jamaica that we're going into the next chapter to do what? Now, the next chapter might wipe Jamaica off the map, and I'm extremely worried that that we have a potential government, Andrew Holiness, who is going to take Jamaica into the next chapter. Jamaica, think about all the things that happened in the last chapter. No prosperity for the common man. In the last chapter, the Jamaica Labour Party increased their salary 300%, while doctors and nurses had to be protesting in the last chapter. Do you remember that? You remember how nurses and doctors had to protest? You remember the teachers are migrating in droves because of the treatment of the government in the last chapter? And you're telling me about the next chapter? Jamaica, it's time for a change of book. We don't need a next chapter of the Jamaica Labour Party. We need an overhaul of the book. We need somebody else who have a different vision and a different mindset to govern Jamaica. Because quite frankly, this next chapter might wipe us off the map, might embarrass us. I'm beseeching all Jamaicans. Think about what I'm saying. Because honestly, in my gut, I'm worried about the next chapter if Andrew Holiness and the JLP is given a third term.
Oh, Labour right mouthpiece, or should I say Andrew Wallace mouthpiece, Cliff Hughes, now stop from beat Andrew Wallace panning 2 foot them from the other day. And his recent comment came after a voice note release from Rosalie Hamilton, and the Jamaican Labour Party get a piece of whipping from the People's National Party again. So Cliff Hughes had something to say about the Jamaican Labour Party people. So guess what? Take a listen, take a look, and leave a like on this video.
Rosalie Hamilton, popularly called Rosie Hamilton, from the Raytown Division in Central Kingston, with a message for her party. Very graphic, very urgent. She says the party's gone. Gone. That may or may not be true. But the point is, this is a warning from within. A warning from within.
You can't make me shut up my mouth. And TC, the truth is, the party is gone. And I don't know what it will take to resurrect it.
So, the JLP councillor for the Raytown Division in Central Kingston, Rosie Hamilton, is ringing the bell this morning, saying to her leaders, her members of parliament, her party, that they need to stop disrespecting their people at the constituency level. She said she has been talking about this for a number of years. And she posted this voice note in the group, which has now emerged in the public square. According to Councillor Hamilton, her Member of Parliament for Central Kingston, Delroy Williams, the JLP Deputy Leader and MP for West Kingston, Desmond McKenzie, and Councillor Winston Ennis are failing to address pressing issues regarding MPs in several constituencies. This is what she said.
The truth is, the party is gone. And I don't know what it will take to resurrect it.
A message for her party. Very graphic, very urgent. She says the party is gone. Gone. That may or may not be true. But the point is, this is a warning from within. A warning from within.
You can't make me shut up.
So Lisa Hunna threw a National Housing Trust under the bus. Him threw them in the fire. And him definitely expose the National Housing Trust and how them are rob the people of Jamaica. I'm always say National Housing Trust is a scam. Because as a poor man, no matter you go a National Housing Trust and I try to get a house, one of the most difficult thing for you to get a house from the National Housing Trust. And listen, every time you get paid, the government jar NHT to your pay, and all of them something you pay how much money for NHT, but yet still, when a time you get a house from NHT, you sign up for one house few much years and still can't get the house. Sometimes you're unalive. You passed away, leave the same house you sign up for. So I think National Housing Trust is a scam to scam poor people. And that me say. You understand? But now, people want to listen to this video carefully. Alright? Check it out.
Now, National Housing Trust of Jamaica is in the hot seat. I'm me glad because somebody had to call out National Housing Trust, NHT. Because if we're going to be fair or we're going to be honest, housing trust is not for the people. But you might think it is. And the ambitious Jamaican like myself, and we have a few ambitious Jamaicans, boy, we're going to be honest. And you want to own a house through NHT, may I tell you, a headache for do it. And if I get it done, congrats to you. But 3/4 of the people who are trying to get a house through NHT will never accomplish it. And that is just facts and plain truth. And I also think that NHT should be a choice for workers. Whenever you apply for a job, and don't make it mandatory. And this is why I said it should not be mandatory. Because you gaining a house through NHT is a uphill task. And a whole lot of people can't deal with the idiot. Not saying it's not worth it, but the challenges is too much for a lot of people. And me not think nobody like problems. And again, why the government of Jamaica make it so hard for citizens to accomplish anything in the land? But if an overseas come down and maybe want to purchase a property, it's smooth sailing for them. Why? Honestly, may God help this country. You have government workers right now who want to achieve a house because of the status that they hold in the government job. And them can't do it. And another thing, the house prices are ridiculous. Just the other day, they were talking about the birth rate in Jamaica, that it has decreased. Now, they want the Jamaican citizens to be fruitful and multiply, but yet make it so hard for you to own anything in the country. You know how many young, vibrant, working class, young youth are trying to make it 9 to 5, I do them thing like ambitious ones, and they can't get it to this day. Yo, me know when me say this, me speak for a lot of ambitious Jamaicans. We are tired.
So have you ever paid for something and then when you get home, you remember that you left it at the store? And then when you think, let me go back and pick it up, you're like, boy, it's just so far away and I can't be bothered. Well, that's how most Jamaicans feel every month after they pay their National Housing Trust, knowing full well that they're paying for this thing, but that the opportunity or even trying to access a loan from the NHT or even an NHT home is they just can't be bothered. Because by the time they overcome certainly all the hurdles to get something from the NHT, them them both broke and them tired. So earlier this year, I wrote an article on the National Housing Trust entitled Building Cash, Not Housing, which discussed the basis of the NHT's inadequate performance. Yeah, inadequate, and I'm going to step on some corns here, but it's fine. So simply put, the mandate of the National Housing Trust was established in 1976, and it was a brilliant idea by then Prime Minister Michael Manley to provide affordable housing to most of our populace. And funding this entity came from a 2% tax from Jamaican employees and a 3% tax from every Jamaican employer. But nearly 50 years later, the data that I've looked through suggests that the NHT has been quite inefficient and ineffective in delivering its mandate. And I want you to stay with me because I'm going to quote some statistics and you need to just pay attention. Now, according to the Ministry of Finance and Planning, for the financial year ending 2024, the NHT collected in income Jamaican $43 billion in income. Yeah, that's what it collected in income. And here's what they spent in their operating expenses. They spent close to $13 billion, actually $12.946 billion in operating the entity. Now, these figures are shocking, and when I saw them, it blew my mind, as the average number of housing completions by the National Housing Trust from 2018 to 2022 is only 2,157 per annum, annually. And you can check the Economic and Social Survey of Jamaica for 2022 to see some of those stats further. Included in these figures that I looked at, the housing, NHT says, yeah, it does some housing completions, and those were what they did in 2022. But they do other things like build on your own land, lot solutions they talk about, guaranteed purchase programs. They do individual loan solutions, they do joint ventures, and they do NHT project solutions. But what is clear is that not all of these solutions stated by them are actually livable, finished dwellings. Moreover, based on the administrative costs, you see, when a homeowner even gets a mortgage loan of approximately $12 million from the NHT, half of the money comprises the organization administrative costs. That's about 50% of that money when you aggregate everything. Now, when you look at the NHT's accounts, they generated a surplus of $21.8 billion for the financial year 2023-2024. Now, with an employed labor force in Jamaica of about 1.27 million people, the NHT is delivering less than 0.18% of houses or housing completions for our working population. 0.18% of houses or housing completions. So the truth is, instead of building houses for our people, the NHT is actually taking a percentage of workers' and employers' salaries to build cash in the bank. And this approach by the NHT is untenable and contrary to its original mission. Yet each year, they embark on what I call a promotional display of misinformation, because they reported to Parliament earlier this year that they intend to start about 15,000 new housing solutions for this financial year. And when I heard it, when I read it, I said, this must be imagined. Because in the same report that they say this, they reported that they delivered only 1,627 solutions for 2023, and they've never exceeded 2,700 solutions annually since 2018. And go and check the Jamaica Public Bodies report of 2024 to 2025 to see that information. And I should also mention that these small, unimpressive deliverable statistics come with NHT executives making substantial salaries. Over 13 of their executives are earning above $16 million in annual salaries. The managing director is earning $34.2 million. The finance director, $22 million. The construction and development director, $21.6 million. The corporate services person is earning $22.1 million. The SGM customer relations person is $22.79 million. And the GM for the company secretariat is $19.4 million. And you can just pull up the National Housing Trust 2023 annual report to look at those salary structures. So the executive salaries alone by these executives represent over 122,000 per unit they delivered on average from 2018 to 2022, and over 161,000 per unit for the 1,627 they reported to deliver in the last financial year. Now, it blows my mind because I say, well, you know, other countries, their national social housing programs actually, give their people houses. And it's a far more effective program that they have. And I know people don't like when you use Singapore as a basis point for judging Jamaica, but let me use them, and here's why. They have a vision because they say owning a home is a public housing is a right for every one of their citizens. It's enshrined in their policy. And so for their population of 5.6 million in Singapore, their social housing has delivered over 1 million units spread across close to 25 towns and 3 estates, giving a home to over 80% of Singapore's resident population. Because their government says, look, you know, we have a mandate because it is a right of their citizens to own somewhere and to have a roof over their head. And it is their mandate in to provide housing. And they look at the whole spectrum of needs for the optimal living of their citizen, including the environment, including the continual process to create an innovative and sustainable community or communities. And it's an ongoing process for them. And, you know, when I looked at the public housing board reports of Singapore, I want us to start paying attention this way, right? Because nothing creates more value in an economy than agriculture and construction. And you know, this is what I believe. So in addition to providing much needed housing and improving the dignity of home ownerships, it would grow the economy and give all Jamaicans a sense of peace. Because guess what? You see, when a Jamaican owns somewhere, they can pass it down to the generations coming behind them. There's nothing better than someone knowing and having peace of mind that they have a roof over their head, that they can turn their own key because they own it. And let me tell you something. It is your mandate to make sure that every single Jamaican who pays their National Housing Trust actually has somewhere. You should be out there tapping into every Jamaican and saying, come and let me show you how you can own somewhere. That's your mandate, NHT. That's what we pay you to do. That is why it is young people who are trying to own a home, domestic helpers who throw them little money once a week, right? Their employees might not pay for it for them, but they do it. And them can't own somewhere in this day and age. And you have all of these special programs. I've met too many people who tell me all the different things that they have to go through. You shouldn't be operating like a commercial bank. That's not your mandate. Your mandate is a national social housing program, but you've lost the way. And so I'm hoping that you will find, the NHT will find this moment to start listening again, acting with courage to do things differently. And if you want to go back and read some of the articles that I've written on housing and given solutions, do that. You can click the link. I've been writing them for over 3 years. But I want the NHT to hear what I'm saying. Because the time is now. You have too many Jamaicans that are there that cannot afford homes. And it is your mandate, not private contractors. It is your mandate to make sure that they can own a home. That's what you were established to do in 1976. And so I look forward to more housing completions by you, not starts, for this financial year.